First real chance of the game coming up here for Cambridge. Line out taken in safely there by Rees. And now the men in blue can get those legs pumping as they look to drive down the right-hand channel. Archer's doing well to halt it for the time being, though. Although you can just see the cracks beginning to grow ever so slightly. This tidal wave of blue shirts appears to be far too hot to handle. And Cambridge go in for the opening score. This is a perfect opportunity for Nottingham to really force home the man advantage from the line-out. Taken in cleanly by Thomas, and you can see there, urging his teammates towards the line. It's Clayton at the back of the rolling maul, and Nottingham are straight back in this one. Well, let's see what Nottingham can produce from this scrum. Both of these packs have been pretty evenly matched so far, so interested to see what the Archers can concoct here. And Venner will have to recycle, the scrum losing its momentum rather quickly. It's Venner to Arden, Arden to Williams, Williams, what an offload that is to Stapley, and Stapley will surge in for his first score of the game. There's a smart effort from Gaffin to just cause the turnover from the restart, and as a result, Cambridge just beginning to get the wheels turning here. Archer's doing pretty well though to grind them all to a halt. That's some pretty good defensive work from the hosts. As the ball bobbles out into the hands of White. Can he manufacture something on this drive? Well, he finds Rees. Rees bulldozes his way in for a small gain. Nottingham refusing to cede an inch of territory so far. Really resolute display this from the men in green. Feels as though it may just take something slightly outside of the box to break this immovable wall of green shirts. And there it is. That's a lovely stab kick through. And Cambridge have their second try. Clayton is then from the restart. Goes long. Ball is shovelled out to Dickinson. Dickinson finds Venner. Venner finds Williams. Williams evades his man. Stiff arms Gaffin. And David Williams goes in for a sensational try. Decent start this. Awkward bounce for Oluwafella to deal with. He's done well there though. Cuts outside, and in fact I think he's found a seam through the sea of blue shirts. It's Ryan Oluwafella for Nottingham. He passes out towards Venner, and that is a phenomenal way for Nottingham to extend their lead. Well, I tell you what, the fans certainly can't complain. Just over 30 minutes of rugby here at the Bay, and we've already seen 6 tries so far in what is turning out to be an absolute try-fest in the East Midlands. And I'll tell you what, Cambridge will be absolutely desperate to get at least one more on the board before the half ends. It's the Blood and Sand who continue to hammer down the door with real ferocity. You can see a horde of blue shirts just awaiting on the right-hand side. Instead, it's switched over to Green on the left. Green spins his man. Stopped just short of the line. Cambridge, though, really applying the pressure. White's there in support. Breaks his tackle. And Cambridge get their third of the game. And it's the hosts who get us underway in the second 40. Let's see what this one has in store for us. Well, that's rather sloppy from Cambridge. Alaloman is bursting his way through. He passes it over towards Dickinson. And that is exactly the start that Nottingham would have wanted. Line out taken short to Thomas. The wind really in the sails of the Archers after that early strike. And Roper now making his way through the Cambridge defence. Finds Keegan Christian Goss, who's brought down by not one but 2 Cambridge defenders. Chance for the Archers to recycle the play on this possession. Let's see what they can manufacture. It's Stapley to Timmins. Timmins bursts his way through, outmuscles his defenders, and George Timmins gets his first try in Nottingham colours. And Nottingham can ill afford to make a mistake this deep into their own territory. Scrum does appear to be buckling slightly. In fact, it's collapsed, and that means an advantage is coming up here for the Archers. It's James Cherry steamrolling his way for a few yards. Stay down. Imagine there'll be a kick coming up here. It's Arden over the top towards Stapley. Stapley with the long offload towards Oluwafella. Oluwafella steps his man, sends another Cambridge defender tumbling. He's gone. Ryan Oluwafella, that is superb. Well, it really has been an incredible turnaround in this second half for Nottingham, and they've got an advantage coming up here. They're driving with real intent towards the line. Can Cambridge withstand the pressure? I don't think they can. Antonio Harris makes the move, and Nottingham go in for yet another try. Well, this really could be the icing on the cake. Taken cleanly by Timmins, and the runaway freight train fires up its engines once more. Cambridge all at sea, and Antonio Harris will go in for his second try. What a move that is!